Michelsen Packaging Company was founded in 1937 in an effort to produce materials that would aid in the safe transport of apples during shipment. Over the years, the company developed a number of methods that kept them at the top of a growing industry. By analyzing the movement of apples inside of a shipment box, Michelsen was able to create a recycled paper tray that remains the industry standard, protecting apples from damage and bruising in their transport from packing houses to the market. Michelsen's tray production starts by weighing out the paper for a batch. Once the bales have been broken, paper is pushed into the skip hoist bucket to be weighed. This is where the blending of paper recipe happens. The pulper is programmed to step through several operating modes. The first mode is fill. During the fill mode, the skip hoist dumps its load of paper into the pulper tub. A volume of clean white water is added from the pulper fill pump until the paper-to-water ratio is 15% solids. The next mode in the sequence is pulp, during which the agitator churns the paper-water mixture and the fibers are wetted and separated. After a little more mixing, the process transitions into the extract mode, where the dump gate opens and new pulp is flushed into the pour, otherwise known as the detrasher. The word chest is commonly used in the paper industry for a tank that holds paper pulp. Michelsen's tray plant has a dump chest and a machine chest. The dump chest receives stock directly from the detrasher, delivered by the dump pump. This is where the tray dye is added to the pulp, giving the pulp its industry characteristic color of purple. The stock passes through a consistency meter that measures the solid's content. A control loop adjusts the water flow rate to achieve the desired consistency. Much of the process is controlled through the HMI system, which stands for Human-Machine Interface. Pulp conditions are monitored and adjusted through these systems located throughout the facility. The stock is then moved to the machine chest, also known as the clean stock storage chest. The machine chest then feeds each of the molders. Stock leaving the machine chest goes through another consistency control step, with more dilution water and another, final, consistency sensing unit. The next step in the process sets Michelsen packaging even further apart from the competition, diverging from the methods used by other paper mills. While they make continuous sheets of paper, Michelsen makes discrete items. Michelsen has the capability of producing 3 different sizes of tray, side by side at any given time. The stock is diluted one more time at the molder. This thin stock is delivered to a trough-shaped vat in which the molding drum rotates. As the forming tool is submerged in the stock, the vacuum pulls the fiber slurry onto the screen. The water then passes through and the fiber is retained on the screen, creating the tray. The next step is where the real magic happens. Using a combination of compressed air and vacuum, the newly formed tray, which is still mostly water, is moved from the forming tool to the transfer tool as they meet. The transfer tool carries the tray away and deposits it onto a drying conveyor. All of this happens without damaging or deforming the fragile, new tray. The newly formed trays then pass through a system of dryers. Heated air is circulated through ducts and is blown onto both the top and bottom of the drying conveyor. In order to maintain energy efficiency, the heat from these dryers is reclaimed. These large machines are also used to heat the water in the initial production steps. After leaving the dryers, segregated types and sizes of trays are sorted into stacks. A handler examines a sample from the stacker at regular intervals for measurement of weight and residual moisture, ensuring that no major inconsistencies will be present in the trays. Following the initial stacking, the trays are moved into a press and a line supervisor inserts a bundle tag to indicate the type and size of the stacked trays. Pressed bundles are then moved to a conveyor that takes them through the strapper. Strapped bundles are palletized by tray size and moved to the product staging area where they cool and cure for 2 to 3 days. After cooling and curing, the finished pallets are inspected. The units are covered with a black, opaque shroud that protects the trays from both moisture and light. Stretch wrap is applied to keep the shroud in place and to hold the unit tags. Finished pallets are moved outside for storage until purchased by the customer. In order to maintain the highest standards in the industry, tray samples are regularly taken into Michelsen's on-site laboratory. Tests for tensile strength, compression strength, thickness, and electrical charge are performed to ensure consistency and quality. Since its inception in 1937, Michelsen Packaging Company has remained a leading produce packaging and equipment manufacturer and distributor, helping growers, packers, and shippers deliver quality fruit. Throughout 8 decades of growth, Michelsen has remained true to their founders' philosophy. Exceptional customer service continues as our #1 goal.